Hello, it's me Sudhakar. I welcome you all for a next session in Bills of Exchange chapter, my dear students. See, in the earlier session, we completed 10 problems in Bills of Exchange. We are into the 11th problem of Bills of Exchange. Again, I tell you, if you go through the first video of Bills of Exchange, points to be remembered, you feel so comfortable to understand whatever the problems that we solve in the next problems of Bills of Exchange, my dear students. बच्चों आप लोगों ने बराबर से सुना. You should learn, you should put efforts in understanding. In the earlier session we passed the journal entries in the books of first person called a drawer, but now we are going to draw the journal entries in the books of drawee. See, in this particular problem what actually the things are given. See here, give the journal entries in the books of P. In whose book you have to pass the entry? In the books of P. P is whom? P is Nanu. P is hum. Please remember, P is me, I. Also show the R's account in the books of P. We have to prepare the ledger also. Now we have to pass the entries in the books of P. Shall we move on to the problem? R draws a bills of exchange on P. Who is R? R is a drawer. See, this question is asked in December 2023 for 10 marks. R draws the bills of exchange on P. Then who is P? P is a drawee. Okay. Shall we move on to the space for working sheet? Who draws the bill? R draws the bill. Drawer is equals to R. Drawee is equals to P. Now, my dear students, we have to pass the journal entries in the books of P, right? Now we have to say P is Nano, P is hum. Now the R is Avanu. Here R is a creditor, because P accepted a bill means Nanu accepted a bill, I accepted a bill means I have to pay money to R. When I have to pay money to R, the person to whom the business owes money is called creditor. Here R is going to be a creditor for P. Remember, till today we used to write P as a debtor, but here we have to pass the entries in the books of P. Then R is going to be a creditor, my dear students. Now when this R drew the bill of exchange on 1st July 2022 for 4 months. When it is due? 1st July 2022. Bill drawn for how much? For an amount of rupees 2 lakh. For how many months the bill is drawn? The bill is drawn for a period of 4 months. See what happened in the next stage. P accepted the bill means I accepted the bill and sent it to R. बाद में क्या हुआ देखिए ना. R discounts the bill from his banker for rupees 1,88,000. What happened? R discounted a bill. When R discounted a bill, the date is not given, so we have to write the same date, that is 1st July 2022. What happened? R discounted the bill. When R discounted the bill, what happened? For R, the bank increased. Discounted for what amount? For an amount of rupees 1,88,000. It is discounted for how much? It is discounted for rupees 1,88,000. Now what about the amount of discount? The amount of discount comes to rupees 12,000. The total of this is 2 lakhs. Am I right, my dear students? See what happened in the next stage of the problem. Be careful, my dear students. R immediately remit 75,000 to P. Or immediately remit to P means or paid cash to P. What happened? Or paid cash to P. It means what? Are you doing answer for R or P? We are doing answer for P. So what happened? P received cash from whom? From R. So what we have to write? Opposite to this. Who received? P received cash from R. Sir, why you are writing P received cash from R? Because we have to pass the entries in the books of P. Now, how much cash is received by P? 75,200 rupees. Cash received is 75,200 rupees. Fine. वो तो cash receive हुआ. Now we have to work out a discount amount, right? Now the question is, discount is given? No, it is not mentioned. Now we have to work out a discount. How to work out a discount? Take this 12,000 for 1,88,000. How much is cash given to R? Mean P? 75,200. Use a calci and work out. The answer of this comes to rupees 4,800. Find the total is 80,000. Since, my dear students, it is an accommodation of bill, in case of accommodation of bill, what we have to do? We have to work out the gap. That gap comes to rupees 1,20,000. Please remember this, it helps for your further concept because it is a mutual accommodation of a bill. See what happened in the next stage. On the due date, or being unable to remit the amount due, or is unable to pay the amount due. What happened? Accepts the bill for rupees 2.5 lakh for 4 months, which is okay. Accepted a bill. Who accepted a bill? My dear students, who accepted a bill? This bill is accepted by whom? This bill is drawn by P and accepted by R because R is unable to pay the amount paid due to P. So, who accepted a bill? The bill is being accepted by whom? The bill is being accepted by R. When R accepted a bill, it means R accepted means P draw the bill. Please remember, P draw the bill for what? 2.5 lakh. On the due date. What is the due date, my dear students? Here, 1st July is a date of drawing. July, August, September, October, November. Okay. First become 4th November. Now I have to write 4th November 22. What happened? P draws the bill. P draws the bill, that is new BR. Drawn for how much, my dear students? The new bill is being drawn for rupees 2.5 lakh for a period of how many months? For a period of 4 months. Please remember this. देखिए ना बाद में क्या हुआ? And which is discounted by P for rupees 2,36,250. Who discounted the bill? P discounted the bill. Let me continue. On what date P discounted the bill? Whether the date is mentioned? No. On the same date we have to write. The same date is 4th November 22. Who discounted the bill? P discounted the new bill. What happened when P discounted the new bill? For P, the bank balance increased by an amount of rupees 2,36,250. We have to write the discount The discount comes how much? Out of 2.5 lakh, you subtract it, 13,750. Total is 2.5 lakh. Okay. बाद में क्या होगा देखिए ना. P sends 56,700 to R. P sends 56,700 to R means P paid cash to R, right? P paid cash to R. Are you doing answer for P or R? We are doing journal entry for P, right? Now what we have to write? We have to write cash paid. How much cash is paid? 56,700. Now we have to work out the discount. Now the question arises, how to work out this discount? Very simple logic. I used to tell you, take this 13,750 divided by 2,36,250 into. We have to take two things here. What we have to take? Two things here. I tell you by taking one dragging line. 56,700 plus. पीछे पेज में गैप था ना, गैप कितना था? 1,20,000. Take the total of these two, 1 lakh. That is how much we have to take? 1,76,700. Take 1,76,700. Shall we take? Wait for few seconds. One lakh. One lakh 76,700. Use a calculation and work out. The discount comes to rupees 10,284. Find out the total. The total comes to rupees 66,984. Did you understood how much cash paid to P, paid by P to R, and how to work out a discount? This discount calculation, I tell you my dear students, it's a very, very important section. See what happened in the next stage. Fine. Before the due date of the bill for payment, R becomes insolvent. Who is R? Now R is debtor, right? Because earlier R was a creditor. Who is R? R was a creditor earlier. When R accepted a new bill, R becomes what? R becomes a debtor. R becomes what? R becomes debtor now. So this debtor is going to be what? Insolvent. R is insolvent. Who is insolvent? R. R means what? Avanu. On what date? On the due date. How to work out a due date? November. Again it is a period of 4 months. December, January, February, March. 4th become 7th March. Now we have to write 7th March. 22 becomes 23. Who is insolvent? R is insolvent. Who is R? R is Avanu. When Avanu is insolvent, what we have to do? Cancel the new bill. B point. How much is recovered from his estate? His estate paying 50 paise. Oh, 50% is recovered. What percent is recovered? 50% is recovered. 50% is recovered from R. How to work out that 50%? I tell you, take this 66,984 plus 1,20,000 as a gap. Put together 1,86,000. 1,86,984 into 50%. It comes to 93,000. correct, 93,492. Another 50% is bad debts. Again we are getting same number as 93,492. Add both the numbers, we are getting 1,86,984. Did you understood, my dear students, all the workings? Now what we have to do? We have to pass the journal entries in the books of P, right? Now you write the heading. Journal entries in the books of whom? P. We have to pass the journal entries in the books of whom? P. Remember P. Fine. The first one, the first transaction, what happened here? Bills drawn for 2 lakh. Who accepted a bill? Bill is accepted by P. When P accepted a bill, BP increased credit. Creditor. Who is creditor? R. R is to be debited. Then the journal entry is R's account debit to bills payable account. When we accepted a bill, BP increased. Still we can continue with something else. When we accepted a bill, BP increased and the creditor decreased. Creditor is to be debited. Now who is creditor? Creditor is R. Journal entry will be bills payable, creditor's account debit to BP. That is R's account debit to bills payable account. This bill was drawn on when? 1st July 2022. It is the drawn for what amount? 2 lakhs, hai na? Being bills, we should not write down, we have to write accepted. Okay. When we accepted a bill, this is the entry. Then who discounted a bill? The bill is discounted by R. Now you are passing journal entry. Are you in the books of R or P? We are passing journal entries in the books of P. When bills discounted by R, we can easily say that no journal entry in the books of P. So you write note. No entry in the books of P when R discounted the bill. So you put dash dash. Fine. What happened to the next stage, my dear students? P received cash from R. Who received cash? P received the cash. When P received the cash, cash increases debit, discount is to be debited. This is received from whom? R. R is to be credited. For this journal entry will be bank account debit, discount account debit to R's account. If not bank, you can use a cash on the same date. On the same date, 1st July 22. Cash account debit, discount account debit to R's account. See how much cash is received? 75,200. 4,800 dash 80,000 being amount received from R. Did you understood? Amount received from R. Then what happened in the next stage? See what happened in the next stage of the problem. Okay, fine. Amount received. बाद में क्या हुआ? P draw the bill. P means what? Nanu, I draw the bill. This bill is accepted by whom? R. Right? When I draw the bill, I can very easily say that bills receivable increased, debit. R is to be credited. because I draw the bill accepted by R. This is the new bill for an amount of rupees 2.5 lakh. When this happened? This is happened on when? This is happened on 4th November 22. 4th November 22. New bills receivable account debit to R's account. How much it is? It is an amount of rupees 2.5 lakh. Being new bill drawn. Okay. Now please remember, we will get one extra entry here on the same date. 4th November 22, we get one extra entry. What is that extra entry? See here, when R is unable to pay the money, I being a P draw the bill accepted by R. But in the earlier case, I was accepted a bill. Na? I was accepted a bill. That bill was discounted. That bill is to be met by me. It is the obligation of P, means obligation of P, that he has to pay the amount of the earlier bill. For that the journal entry will be, the bills payable is with the banker, right? That bills payable is being discharged. Bills payable account debit to bank account. What is the amount? 2 lakh dash 2 lakh. Being first bill met, means honored, means paid. We can say as a met, even we can say it as uppaid, discharged. This is an extra entry in case of journal entries in the books of P. See what happened after this. So new bill is drawn. After this kya hua? P discounted a bill. When P discounted a bill, what happened? For P, cash increased debit. Discount is to be debit. BR decreased, it is to be credited. For this journal entry on 4th November will be on 4th November 22. Bank account debit. The bill is discounted for 2,36,250 dash. There is a discount account debit 13,750 dash. Two new bills receivable account. It is an amount of rupees 2.5 lakh. Being new bill discounted. Fine. After discounting of a bill, what happened? After discounting of a bill, what happened? See here. P paid cash to R. When P paid cash to R, what happened to P? For P, cash decreased, it is to be credited. Discount is to be credited. This amount is paid to whom? R. R is to be debited. For this journal entry, R's account debit, to cash account, to discount account. When? On the same date, that is on 4th November 22. Amount is paid to whom? R. R's account debit to what? Cash account, to discount account. How much amount is paid to R? I tell you, dash 56,700 dash 10,284. Put together total is how much? 66,984. Being amount paid to whom? Paid to R. Being amount is paid to R. Fine. What happened after this? When amount is paid to R, what happened? R is insolvent. Oh, fine. Now who is insolvent? Now R is become insolvent. Who is R? Who is R? R is Avanu, right? Because we are passing the entries in the books of P. But here who is insolvent? R is insolvent. When R is insolvent, what we have to do? Earlier new BP was drawn, right? That new BP is to be, new BR is drawn. That new BR is to be cancelled. Now the question is, that BR is with whom? That BR is with whom? With the banker, right? Now let me write. Wait for few seconds. Now, who is insolvent? R is insolvent. Now what we have to do? Cancel the new bill. When the new bill cancelled, debtor. Who is debtor here? R. Debtor increased. The debtor is to be what? Debited. BR decreased. BR is to be credited. Right? Now the journal entry will be on the same date. R's account debit to new BR account. How much amount of a new bill? 2.5 lakh dash 2.5 lakh. Being new bill cancelled. What happened? Being the new bill is cancelled. Fine. After cancellation of a new bill, what we have to do? 50% is recovered from R. When 50% is recovered, our cash will increase. It is to be debited, discount is to be debited. This is received from R, R is to be credited. For this, the journal entry will be the last date of the due date of the bill. This happened on what date? These things happened on 7th March 23. This is not this one. Here the date is on the due date. 7th March 23. 7th March 23. Cash account debit. Bad debts account debit to R's account. How much is recovered from R? 93,492. 93,492. The total is 1,86,984. Being 50% recovered from R. This completes all the journal entries, my dear students. Now apart from this, we have to prepare a ledger, right? Whose ledger? A ledger of R. What ledger we have to prepare? We have to prepare R's account. See how to prepare R's account. Be careful in observation. Now, in the first journal entry, R's account debit to bills payable. Bills payable is in the credit side of journal, so it comes to debit side of ledger. To bills payable account as rupees 2 lakhs. बाद में cash account debit, discount account debit to R. Both are in the debit side of journal. So they goes where? Credit side of ledger. By cash account 75,200. By discount account 4,800. Okay. बाद में see next. New BR to R. BR is in the debit side of journal. So it goes to where? Credit side of ledger. By new BR account 2.5 lakh. After that, see what happened here. New BP account debit to bank. Since we are not having any R, right? No corresponding entry. बाद में bank account debit, discount account debit to new BR. Here also no R. Leave it. Then what happened in the next stage? R's account debit, 2 cash, 2 discount. Both are in the credit side of journal, so they comes where? Debit side of ledger. 2 cash account 56,700. 2 discount account 10,284. Okay. Finally, what happened? R's account debit to new BP. New BP is in the credit side of journal, so it comes where? Debit side of ledger. Two and a half lakh. How much it is? It is an amount of rupees 2.5 lakh. Fine. What happened to the last one? Cash account debit, bad debts account debit, both are in the debit side of journal, so they comes where? Credit side. By cash account 93,492 by bad debts account 93,492. Now you work out a total, my dear student. The total comes how much? 5 lakh 16,984. This is how we have to pass the journal entries. Please go through it. Have a lot of concentration on this. Shortly I am going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 7, final accounts of a sole proprietor. Okay, thank you. All the best. Take care.